Hi guys, how are you doing today? I hope everybody is good. I hope the light is alright. I'll turn on my other light, that might help. I don't have my overhead light on right now. And I mean, I could go turn it on. I'm going to plug you in so you don't die. Yep, that's how it works. I plug in my camera and then you don't die. Oh, good thing I plugged it in. I'm only at 47%. Oh, there's stuff on my floor. Of course there is. Why would there not be? And there's stuff on my table. But that's okay, because part of the reason for that is that I had a couple orders I sent out this morning. So happy about that. One of the first journals I ever made was a 3-ring bound Peeps in Pajamas. Which, if you look in my... somewhere, you'll see it. Alright, so I thought I'd do... I just have a really, really small haul today. So I went to Joann Fabrics. They have embossing folders for $2 right now. So, if you like embossing folders and you like saving money, I mean, they're usually like about $4, so it's about half off. It was 5 for $10, but I only got 3 and I still got the $2. So you don't have to buy 5 to get the deal. That's good to know. And look at this. I'm going to actually put them right in the drawer, in the embossing drawer folder, right away. And then, I'd not heard of Artsmith before, and you know, I like to go back and just look at the paints real quick, and I saw this color in a brand I use, Liquitex, and then I saw that Artsmith was buy one get one half off, so I went and found the same color in them, and they're around the same price as a Liquitex, but they, instead of 4 ounces, it's 6.75 ounces for just a little bit more. And then these, you know, being buy one, get one half off, even less. So, I got the bright aqua green, which I was very attracted to, and I think would be really fun for spring. Then I realized I don't have, like, a yellow. So, I got primary yellow, because that should work with everything. And I got iridescent white, because especially if I'm doing, like, my wings and my butterflies and my medallions, the impresslets, I like to have a little bit of shine. So that'll be good when I'm making stuff for those. And then, I don't know if you saw last time, my quinacridone magenta was just about gone. So I went ahead and got those 4. So like these were $6.99 and the second one was $3.49. So basically I got 4 for the price of 3. Basically how that worked out. Those I'm going to put in this box over here, which is art stuff, to go back over to my art thing. I go through a lot of paint. And then I use my 40% off coupon to get some more of these numbers. Because can you have too many? I don't know. It depends if I use them or not. Then at the thrift store, I found another Pokey Little Puppy. This one I probably won't use for an altar journal because it's got all this on the front. But I do like to cut up the pictures and use them in journals, and especially in... Hold on, stop showing in a second. This I found. I just happened upon it, and I was so happy. Because it's a shorthand book, and the other shorthand book I have has shinier pages. Like, they're different. And these ones I just like. And there's a lot more shorthand pages in this one. Oh my goodness, look at them all. I'm so happy. Okay, I'm a little too happy. And then the copyright for this was 1955. So, gotta remember, if you see Greg... G-R-E-G-G on the side, on the end of a book, see if it's a shorthand one. So I think the other one I have starts with a P. I forget what his name is. There's a couple different people. And then on my live on Sunday, some of you know, on Facebook, I'm in a group, Junk Journal with Penny. And I do a live in there on Sundays, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, you know, if you go on Facebook, find Junk Journal with Penny, ask to join, I'll approve you. You do need to answer a question. I only approve you if you answer questions. At least one question. At least accept the rules. I mean, come on. But, yeah, usually if people don't answer the questions, I leave it for the admins. Because I'm a moderator in there as well. I wonder what I do with all my things. So, yesterday, I did, see, I use my Pokey Little Puppy pictures. I love him. So this is where I usually do my Enchanted Bingo collage. But I decided yesterday to, I knew I had extra room in here. So this is my decollage. And I had 32 words in here that started with D. Came up with my own prompts. Picked 5 of them. And it was doily, door, daffodils, dialect, and decimals. Or not decimals. What's it? Digits. So I've got some numbers on here for digits. And, you know, dog starts with D. I've got this D here. Some more doily here. I even remember to date it. And we got the word dream in there. So, yeah. And that was fun. And then I think I just might go ahead and work on one of the Enchanted Bingo Collage ones so I can finish this book. Because maybe that should be my word for the year, is finish. People are talking about the 100-day project. I don't know if I can do anything for 100 days. I mean, I know I definitely can't record videos 100 days straight. That would stress me out totally. But I could share it. Like, I think the idea is to do something for 100 days and share it on social media. So, you know, I'll share what I've done in videos and on Instagram. Sorry, well, I don't know, I'm just excited to see you guys, I guess, to talk to you guys. See you guys. I can't see you. Don't worry. Don't freak out. I really can't. Wouldn't that be weird if I could? It'd be so weird. It'd be like, but I can't. You guys, just relax. I'm going into weird territory now. Alright. Oh, I think I saw one back here that was 2 pages thick. So I think I'll do an Enchanted Bingo Collage challenge today to get those finished. Oh, where was I going with that? In the 100-day project? Yes. I was going with, I think I am going to do a 100-day project. But I can't guarantee I'll put videos every day. I can't even guarantee I'll put pictures up on Instagram every day, but I'll try. So if I can at least work on 20 minutes a day on projects I need to finish. That's my goal. It's a small, manageable goal. 20 minutes a day working on things I need to finish. I have so many things. So one thing is going to be this. So I don't know if this counts as day 1 or not. But I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 12 divided by, how many do I pick? 5. Oh, maybe it's 10. Wait. Oh, I might have three days left in here. So let's go ahead and pick out 5 prompts. 1, doily again. Oh man, kill me with the doilies this week. I don't hate doilies. I really don't. Whoops. A lady. Window. Ooh. I'll try not to sing. From the window to the floor. Okay. Something hot. And a map. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so I think I have 2 days left. So I'm going to, I don't know, when is the 100-day project supposed to start? I don't know. My phone is what I'm recording on. All right, but I'm going to pause real quick and go find my items. And then I'll be back. I'll be back. Okay, found my stuff. I'm going in a direction here, I guess. It's funny how sometimes, like, when you're going through your stuff and you find stuff and you're like, ooh, that might be fun. You know, because going through, I went looking for the window first. I got some frames here as well. I knew I had a window in there. My miscellaneous objects, which is also where I had some circus stuff. And then I was like, oh, I wonder if there's a bearded lady, which there was. And there's also a mystic madam. So I've got those 2. So I've got my ladies, I've got my doilies, I've got my window, and I've got frames too, which could work. Something hot could be either this explosion cannon. That's what it's called. It's called a cannon. And he's got a little flame. So it could be this, which goes to the circus, or I've got these hot air balloons. So either one of those. And then I've got some extra. I've got this pocket watch and some luggage here. Since I've got the map, I'll get the map in this pile. And then these just kind of like are kind of with the colors, and I don't know. I see her wanting all the jewels, so that made me think of that, I guess. Just extra fun stuff. So yeah, map was the other bit. So guess I will. I'll remember what I had, right? I'll put them at the very top just in case I don't remember. Because I know you're thinking, well, you think you'll remember, but you know, you're 50, so you might not remember. But I could always rewind and then see what it was that I had, but I think I'll remember. Something hot might be harder to remember, but everything else might not be so hard. So my son got a new job at AutoZone, so he takes a little bit longer to learn stuff. So there's computer stuff that they have to learn, and so he has done that. Took him a little longer, pretty much a full day and 2 half days, and that's all right. Some people take a little longer, and it's all right. Any other? Let me find some. I don't want those bright colors. Ooh, some blues are good. Like, what is this? A Pacific Ocean? Yeah, I think they'll work. But anyway, so yeah, he finished all that training part, and he's still working at his old job too, at Bob Evans. So, you know, he finished that, and now he's come home to eat and change and go to his other job. I've done it before. I know it's hard, but it's not the end of the world. Ooh, I kind of like this blue with all the numbers. What do the numbers mean? Oh, mileage chart. So from Albuquerque, New Mexico to Washington, D.C. is 1,849 miles. It's from 1987. Not super old, but I got it because I like the cover. Sure, we'll just take Alabama too. It's just a nice neutral. Alabama's not near a lot of water apparently, so it's a little more neutral. Alright, got my map. And this one is the one that's got all the, well, it's got words up here, but it has all of the amortizations back here. I got this for the numbers. Yes, I did. I got it for the numbers. And do you want, and let me grab a piece of dictionary page here. Oh, let's find lady. Let's find lady. L-H-G-H-I-J-K. Excuse me. So I didn't get to go grocery shopping today. I picked up Nathan's prescriptions. That was the urgent thing I needed to do. And I dropped off the packages at the post office. Then I stopped at Joann Fabrics because, you know, sales. Then I stopped at Savers. And my next stop was going to be, hold on, there, lady, there she is. Not a very long definition. So my next stop, polite term for any woman, noble woman. My next stop would have been grocery shopping, but my car wouldn't start. So Dad came out and gave me a jump start. I came home. He was pretty sure it was the battery. He used to be a mechanic, so I trust him. And my husband took it to AutoZone and got a new battery. So that was very nice of him. And he still made it in time to go to the grocery store. So that was good. I don't know if I want any of these. If I do, I won't make you watch me cut them. I'll try to pause. Alright, so color-wise. Alright, so our ladies have... See, I thought about, you know, Circus is traveling. We've got the maps. So I thought these suitcases might be fun. Similar colors. You know, just thinking all kinds of things. You got to be on time to get to your next thing. I don't know. It's a whole thing, apparently. Alright, let's grab our ruler and start tearing things up. Tear it up, tear it up. I like this one just because it's just more neutral. Let's come up here. Oh, this is that other half. This is the other half of Massachusetts that doesn't exist in our mind. We in the east part of Massachusetts just don't even think of that as Massachusetts. No, not really. I like to tease my friend about that. It does feel like a whole other place, though. It's I don't know. All right, there we go. It's Boston. All right, I grew up. Oh, there's Middleborough. That's where I grew up, right there, Middleborough. Right there between Brockton and the Cape, or New Bedford, New Beige. In case anybody was wondering. We made that map, the little tiny map. You know what's not on that map? Lakeville. You can hardly find Lakeville on any of the maps. Lakeville is right next to Middleborough, by the way. But it's hardly ever on a map. So, but I figured since this is a book I keep, wouldn't it be fun to have, you know, all these places I grew up with. Where'd Middleborough go? There. You know, Middleborough, Taunton, Rainham, all that stuff. I lost it again. Oh, it's right there. Fall River. Here, I'll cut that right below Fall River. That's pretty much where Emerald Lagasse grew up, right? In Fall River. Fall River. And then, oh, we'll keep the Cape. There's P-Town. Way at the knuckles. Because it's an arm. That's what I grew up thinking of it as. So do you guys live in the same place where you grew up? I do not. I moved to Virginia when I was 18. I love my mother. I just couldn't keep living with my mother. And if I had a daughter, it'd probably be the same way. Just saying. That's why God gave me boys, who apparently are never leaving. My husband and my brother both lived at home until they were a bit older. And Joel's 26. Now he's married. No, he's not married. He's dating somebody younger. So it's going to take him a little while to be ready to get married. She's got college and stuff. She wants to be a forensic person. So we encourage that to happen. Although, you know, I don't think I need that one. I think I have enough of the other one. So we've got lady in here. Lady! Anybody else can say lady? Is anybody else unable to say lady without thinking of Jerry Lewis? Lady! Lady! Apparently I'm in a good mood. I don't know. I'm sounding a little crazy right now. I realize that. Welcome to my channel if you're new. I'm the purple-haired lady who's 50 and has purple hair. And I don't care. And my desk is always a mess. And if you watch The Rambling Crafter, you've heard her talk about my desk. It's legend. Wait for it. Dairy. Oh, have you seen that there's a now, How I Met Your Father? I don't know. I don't know if I want to watch it or not. Because, you know, but it's got Hilary Duff, and I love Hilary Duff, so I think I'm going to have to watch it. That's why they used her. They're like, okay, people are going to be like, no, I love How I Met Your Mother, and I can't, How I Met Your Father, it's just not going to be as good. And then they're like, okay, let's put Hilary Duff and let's put Lizzie McGuire in there and get that audience. Okay, but little did they know they'd be getting the parents of the kids who watch Lizzie McGuire. My son, yeah, I have boys, but, you know, she was cute. So, of course, my son watched her. Who wouldn't? Oh, and she's just, you know, such a lovely little klutz. So I really kind of, what's the word I want? Words are hard. Related. I related to her in that way with that little klutzy, not quite sure of yourself way that she has, or had, you know, her character. Of course, you know, she's a grown-up and wants to be her own self and not be thought of as Lizzie McGuire anymore, but too bad, because she was adorable as Lizzie McGuire. Now I need, okay, here's my glue pages. I'm going to take all this top layer stuff and stick it in the top of that box. Doilies are also a top layer. And let's start with the base layer. That's what I like to do when I'm doing a collage. Just kind of put down a base. It's all about that base. Put that base. I don't know why I'm in such a good mood. I think it's because, like, thought Mike wasn't going to end up going to the food pantry today because he had to take my car in. But it was quick, and he was home in time to still go work at the food pantry, which gives me my afternoon to record and play and not, you know, not stress out. Feel a little bit relaxed. Because that's what I look forward to every other Monday, is after I do my errands, I come home and I have time to do a video and play. And if that doesn't happen, then that's stressful to me. I don't know. Does that, you know, you have your plans. I mean, I would have lived with it. I just would have waited and done it another time. Don't mind me. Isn't she so cute? I almost used her as a lady, but then I found the bearded lady, and I'm like, nope, we're going bearded lady. Bearded lady all the way. Because we can. Oh, whoops. There's a little bit of Oreo on there. Whoops. I had a piece of white chocolate Oreo candy bar thingy when I was looking for my stuff. Because that is also one of my... Which weird that I can eat that white chocolate, like the white chocolate, you know, this, the white chocolate with the Oreos pieces. Cookies and cream, that's what it is, right? I can eat that and it doesn't taste too sweet, but the muffins that the cookies, cranberry jumbo cookies, they were like in jar cookies. They were just so, well, I guess because everything maybe wasn't mixed real great, so there some cookies have a lot more chocolate chips than some of the other cookies. And so you might bite into one or two in a row and it's just so sweet. So I'm on the lookout. I know they do have them on Amazon, but it's a little costly. Mini white chocolate chips. Because I just think that that will give that sweetness without being overwhelming sweetness. Plus I had no control over the sugar because it was cookie in a jar. And sometimes I will put less sugar in a cookie to begin with. Does anybody else do that? You kind of put less stuff. I need something else. What do I need? What am I? Oh, you know what might work in here? Yeah, this right here. That'll be perfect. That's the had a little pieces of that left. Look, there's another window. From the window to the wall. Okay, I won't finish that. Promise. Right now. Can't promise forever. Alright, so what's in the cranberry jumbo cookies, in case you want to know, I'll tell you. I think it's like a chocolate chip cookie dough recipe, and then it's got some oatmeal and the white chocolate chips, some pecans, and dried cranberries. I think that's everything that's added to it. And they're yummy. They were most definitely yummy. And then, anybody here ever heard of Jordan Marsh, the store? Apparently, there's a blueberry muffin recipe. So I made that as well. I made the cookies on Saturday, made the muffins yesterday. My dad likes to eat muffins. He eats them pretty much every day. Although if I don't, well, he usually buys them. But I'm such an awesome daughter that I make them when he's here. Because I'm awesome like that. Well, they don't have, like, he's got places he likes them up in Massachusetts. But I don't know that he's found a place down here where he loves them. You know what I mean? Or, like, really likes them. So I make them usually. You could use a box mix. But the last couple times I've made the blueberry muffins out of a box mix, it's just been, not great. I think he's even thought so too. So I went ahead and found a recipe, and I found the Jordan Marsh ones. I gotta say it with that accent, sorry. And so I think this recipe originated in like Massachusetts and like Boston. And it's more of like a blueberry cake probably recipe. Oh, where's the other one? And so instead of like oil and stuff, it's got, you know, you do it like cookies. You cream the butter and sugar, and then you add the egg and the vanilla, and then you add the dry ingredients. And then, if you're smart, you add blueberries that are not frozen. You know, if you're smart. if you're me, you add frozen blueberries to the batter with the softened butter. Yeah, that's what you do. That's exactly what you do. And then you end up with pretty much ice cream. Pretty much a solid batter to try to put in these muffin tins. Yep, I know, it's hilarious. I was telling people on Facebook about it. Well, I said, what do you think happens when this happens? And nobody really said what they thought happened, but they knew it must be funny because they laughed. Well, also it was funny because at first autocorrect changed batter to battery. Because that's what I put frozen blueberries in. So yeah, it becomes pretty solid when you add frozen fruit to any kind of batter that has softened butter in it. In case you were wondering, now you know. The more you know. I have more pieces of paper here, right? Yes I do. Why yes I do. I don't know why I made them so small. I guess that's just how they came out. That's a smaller one. I probably could have saved that for an upper layer. It might not even, and I probably just covered up the, what is black stuff getting all over the paper? I don't know. Hey, are these, is this stripy color? I mean, I know there's stripes and stuff. It'll coordinate with it, all right. I'm going to use some of this. So, yeah. So, is anybody else doing the 100-day project? Oh, I was going to look up and see when it was supposed to start. It must be soon. I know my friend last week was talking about what she's going to do. She's going to use up stuff in her craft space. And Susan Taylor Brown she's just put out a video and she's going to do a stitching thing. So, she actually has like the 100-day project, plus she has her own hashtag for what she's doing. So I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do, or maybe if you're just like, you know, have more subscribers and followers, that maybe you do something like that. I don't know. But I'll just have to, I don't know. I could do more research or I could just wing it. What do you think I'm gonna do? I know, I'm a wing it kind of person. It's just who I am. It drives my husband crazy. He's a planner. He's a, this is the way things are planned. We should not deviate from the plan kind of person. And I am a, hey, let's do this all of a sudden out of nowhere. Why not? And he says, why not? Because it wasn't in the plan. I don't like to go sideways with ticking. I don't know. What do you think? I guess it'll be all right. It's fine. It can go sideways. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Let's get some more blue in here. That's Cape Cod, so we have to do the blue side. We don't have to. I mean, we hardly ever went to Cape Cod growing up. We were more likely to go to Horseneck Beach, which was south. Oh, this is the side that's got New Hampshire. I kind of like how that's like half and half there. Oh, that's why I think I like this orange, because it's sort of in the map, isn't it? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Me being all coordinated. Maybe I will end up using this window. Maybe it's too matchy-matchy. I don't know. I'm in a mood. Talkative mood. I'm not always this talkative, but it's kind of fun when I am. Woohoo! I've gotten some new subscribers, and I'm very thankful for you all. Thanks for coming and joining us. We have a little bit of fun here. We make a little bit of a mess. People try things I do, and they decide whether they like mixed media or not. Some people love it. Some people are still unsure about it, and some people are like, it's not for me. Right, Lori? And it's all fine, because if you're not into actually making mixed media, but you like the look of mixed media, you're fine. Because guess what? I sell it. I sell it too. I sell it in my shop. Where do I want to put this? I don't know. Next to more numbers? Sure. Who cares? Just put it there. Just trying to get some layers and interest back here. A little bit more red somewhere. Will that fit in the corner? Not quite. Oh, what will fit in the corner? Have I used up all my... this will fit in the corner. My shoulder's starting to hurt. I might be pressing too hard with the glue. Oops. Well, that's the side I was going to use, but now it's not. That's too short. Let's just try a little bit of... Wait. Shoot. No. That's Middletown. Middleborough is there. I don't want to cover up Middleborough. I don't care if I cover up Fall River. Sorry, Fall River. Just don't want to cover up Middleborough. Middleborough special. It's just too small. What else? What else did I have in here that I can use? That might be interesting. This one, so it goes this way. That's a clock of some sort. Oh, I could use a little bit of brown here and there. It wouldn't hurt. There's some brown here and there. Let's see. Those dogs are so cute. Remember these from when you were young? Well, when I was young, I used to see these pictures of these dogs. Never occurred to me that, you know, I never thought about what might have to happen for those poor little animals to get in those clothes. But when I was a kid, I thought they were cute. Now I'm not sure if I think that anymore. Alright, I've got a couple pieces of, well, that must have got ripped off the other one, but that's alright. Alright, so that will fit there. Right now I'm just trying to fill holes. I really don't know where I got this from. It's from somewhere. It's in my files somewhere, most likely. It might not show, but let me make sure it's the way I want it. I know some people wonder why. A lot of people do ask, why do you do a background and then cover it? Because it's a background. That's it. Sorry, but that's the answer. It's because it's a background. It's not meant to be the star. It's just meant to be there in the back for like some interest and whatnot. So I could go find more of this red if I was so inclined, because I do like this for here. Let's see, where is that other little piece of brown paper? Brown paper. I'm betting you guys saw where it landed and I have no idea. Because I used that piece, but I had a small piece, remember? Do you remember? Do you remember when we met? That was the day I knew you were my pet. Well, we'll just use this piece that has the flowers. Sure. Oh, we didn't use this. This isn't even what we used, but we might use some of it right now. Maybe not. Page. I could just use a page. Oh, here's a nice big piece of whatever this is that I was using yesterday. Alright, let's go ahead and tear that off so I can at least cover this spot here. And stick this one. I don't know, I just like the whole thing to be covered because otherwise it does really kind of wonky things as far as how the page feels. Like having this just one layer and the rest of it 2 layers just is a little weird. That in the middle wouldn't bother me so much. Got these dogwoods too we could stick in there. I guess random stuff on my desk that may end up in here. We don't know. Who knows? Just find stuff on your desk, put it on the collage piece. It's alright. Another piece of this. Oh, I can go right here. Perfect. Apparently I've been kind of sticking to a similar color theme the last few days anyway. So everything just kind of works. That corner. I need something up in that corner. Just put that up like that. Sure, why not? Ah! I'm dropping my glue. I don't need to do the whole thing there. It's not gonna... There we go. I'm covering up that L. Oh well. Such is life. And with the glue, it does work better if you press it down. I don't know. Well, I watch Tara Jacobson, Artsy Fartsy Life, and she watches like Dina Wakely and Diana Reevely, and so that's probably where she learns things like glue needs pressure and such and such and such and such to work, kind of a deal. So that's where that comes from. Goodbye, Cape Cod. Goodbye, P-Town. You're covered now. Sorry. So sorry, P-Town. Where else? I've got a little piece here. Cover that up. With some blue. I was looking for mine. Do you guys know where it went? I just freaking had it. What the... Try not to say what the heck, but it is something that I've said it enough that people around me start saying it. Alright, now I'm going to have to decide if I like it like this, I like it like that, or if I want to do a little bit of gesso to push this background back a little bit, because I don't know about you, but it is kind of a busy background. So I think I may, first of all, let's know where our ends are, which is the easiest way to cut. Do you like how I used my Darcy mug to put my D words in? Squirrel. I get distracted easily. Squirrel. And that's why when I made, if you watch the short with my little tags that I made, then you know that I put a squirrel on my D tags, because squirrel begins with D if it's a distraction. Okay, yes, definitely needs something. Alright, let's grab out this yucky brush. Let's grab out our dirty plate. And excuse me. Let's grab... Excuse me. Oh my goodness. It's a terrible, terrible sound. I'm perfectly fine. I've just had this cough since after the second time I had COVID. It's never gone away. But I can hold my breath pretty long, so I think that my lungs are pretty healthy. It's just that stupid cough. I don't know. Alright, I don't need a lot of this. Don't a lot come out, otherwise I'll just have to finish something else, I guess. I don't need much. I don't need much, but I know I love you. And then I just kind of grab some on the brush and come over here. That's why it looks like this over here. And just kind of dry brush it on there a little bit. Just kind of pushes this into the background a little bit. Or I might do more than a dry brush. We'll see. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Put on here as much as I need to make it feel like the background is a background again. Okay. Also, sometimes what I'll do is I'll like take whatever gesso's in there and I'll go on all my edges to just kind of blend in all my edges. But that's not what I'm going for right now. Right now, just hoping it would push it back. But no, I need more. I need more. I need your love to fill my... I don't know the words. I know enough words that when I hear something like what the words are to the song, the tune comes to my head. And I've enjoyed finding more people in the world that have that same I guess some people might call it an affliction. But that same mindset, that same, you know, that's where their brain goes kind of a thing. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. Woo. And let's see, if you're new to me, then you've not heard me say this, but other people have said that big bottle of gesso I've had since 2019. So you don't have to buy a big bottle. I did because I figured it would save me money over time, and eventually I will use it all. I did not do as much mixed media in 2021 for some reason that I don't understand. When I did jelly plate printing, that's probably why, because I got a jelly plate, and that's, you know, you don't use a lot of gesso on a jelly plate. You basically do everything on your jelly plate. I'm going to pause for a second. Alright, I'm back. Because I just figured I'd blow dry it without you having to listen to me blow dry it. I'm going to put a little bit of script stamping on here. Just for some... Well, what I like about stamping on a collage is I feel like it kind of unifies the separate pieces. Now I'm not going to put this whole thing on here. I just kind of like press somewhere like that and press. But I try to press where it kind of will cover more than one. Kinda. It's not a perfect system. But, you know, then where there's this like big blank spot down here, I might do a little corner up there, a little bit up there, a little bit over here, trying to keep it straight, but it doesn't always stay straight, and then I don't cry about it because it doesn't have to be perfect. Now, since we got our ladies, and what were their colors again? They're here, I think, now. I might do maybe some of this red. Let's put a little bit more red in here, maybe, which might be close to this red geranium. But, see, okay, if you get to the answering machine message and you don't realize the answering machine's picked up, you're a robocall. I don't care who you're asking for. It's just, oh my goodness. But what would I want that would be that color? Nothing bloody. Okay, well, if you're going to a Mystic Madam, you're hoping for stuff, right? And if you're going to the circus, you want to enjoy and laugh. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I have others. I have other... Do I want stencils? I think I do want stencils. I want some happy, not leaves, not trees, not whatever that, like this might work. This is a little bit of a smaller pattern. Cotton orange. I have so many brushes. I'm obsessed. Red. There we go. I use medical tape to and then it shows even when it's on the black. It shows. I'm not using the whole stencil. I'm just kind of doing a small area. And I mean, you know, I'm kind of following these edges to just kind of make it look, I don't know, I think it brings it together. I don't know. What do you guys think? Some of you might agree. Some of you might be like, still looks like a bunch of pieces glued onto a paper. I don't know. And I don't do the whole thing because I want it to look a little bit more like old wall where some of it might be faded. You know? You know what I'm talking about? So there we go. Got a little bit of red pattern in the background there. Bringing a little bit more red to the forefront. Alright, put the brush away, Darcy. Put the stencil back in. Why is the box on its side? That's not the right box. But put it back in the box that's right by your feet that you just took it out of. Is that so hard? Yes, yes it is. It's so very hard. Alright, so we have this madam, and we have this lady, and we have our window. Do I want to... What do I want to do? All right, I'm going to pause while I'm going to cut those out, but I'm not going to make you watch. I cut out my window. And, okay, we're going to give her the jewelry so she can be fancy. And she's going to get the gems because she's just greedy. No offense to anyone else out there that is a mystic madam, but that's just a generality. Okay, we're traveling. We're seeing all the things. There we go. Middleborough's in the window. What else did we have? Something hot. Alright. Might go with the travel theme over the circus theme. So, let me... Plus, these have orange, and we've got orange in here. So, this may connect our oranginess. Let me just cut this, apparently off to the side where you can't see. And just kind of put a few, one here and there and wherever. You can put it behind. It could be just a top layer, but not a top, I don't know. I'm just saying words now. I didn't say that I would make sense the whole time. I don't know why I need them to be up in the air, more the air, and not down at the bottom. Don't know why. Okay. We have this blank space in the middle. We don't... Well, some blank space is okay. Some negative space, it's okay to have some negative space. That just seems like a lot. Could do a word. Word. It's a word. Could do... Maybe they're pen pals. And they're not in the same circus. And they write to each other. I know those are men's hands, but... I'm making a story here. I don't usually make a story. You're lucky I'm making a story today. Alright. Alright. Let's glue stuff down. Oh, the doily. Thank you. Who was yelling? Who was saying, don't forget the doily? Maybe we don't need this. Maybe the doily will be just what we need. A little doily here. And a little doily. So a little doily down with her and a little doily up with the other lady. Because we can. So, a little, let's see. Let's get the right side this time. I did it upside down yesterday. Alright, so that will possibly get covered some anyway. It's all bent up. Or it's ripped off. I don't know. Alright, and this one can go down here. Right side up. Would be nice. We can even move her over a little bit. She doesn't have to be over as far as I had her. Middleborough is in the window. All southeast or eastern Massachusetts is in the window. Alright, what do you think? I think that's good. Alright, let's glue. Let's glue this sucker down. So this is my first step in finishing things. I think I only have 2 more pages after this. I know. Lori Edwards, Enchanted Dreams 71 on YouTube. She's the one that started this Enchanted Bingo Collage Challenge. And, you know, she finished it a while ago. She was already like halfway through when I started. And then I have not done it every week. Because I have to see it. How am I going to do something every day when I can't even do something every week? But if I don't have to record it every day, that helps. Because, you know, I could just take a picture. So some days I may just take a picture. Because when my husband's home, it's a little bit harder to record. The boys, well, they're mostly respectful, you know, unless they're playing their thing really loud upstairs while I'm recording. But I'm not going to be too upset with him because he's working both jobs today. I don't know. That's not the easiest thing to do. Can't get too upset about that. You know what I'm saying? Got some archival coffee here. I'm just going to edge my stamps. My hot air balloons. See, I was surprised I found all my things in my objects. I was not expecting to find ladies in my objects, but since all my circus stuff was in there, thought it was a fun way to go. It's an unexpected. Sometimes I like to do the unexpected. And like in my last collage, last collage I was doing was a background collage, like for tags. But even like in these kinds of collage, I kind of like to pick 3 main colors. Like we've got the blue and the red and the peachy orange color are the main pop-out colors. And it's okay to have more colors than that. But it does help to have like your base, your main, you know. So here's the thing. What was this? Who was I watching? Oh, I think it was Susan Taylor Brown said, you know, she was choosing a color family. And I was like, yep, I think that's pretty much what I do. But families don't always get along. So sometimes you have colors in there that are a little clashy, and that's okay too. If you watch Rachel at Roxy Creations, you know that she likes to do some clashy stuff sometimes. Got a little bit of white. I'm just trying to think if I want to ink this, or I think I want to ink it a little bit. It's just a little too white. They've been traveling. Things get dirty and grungy when you travel, so we will. Plus, you know, these ladies, they've lived a life. That is cut off. Oh well. Like I said, old and grungy. And, whoops, and torn. Oh, if I could remember the words to Torn right now, I'd be singing it. Can't remember right this second, though. Alright, I'm just going to use some art glitter glue and hope for the best here. I have not found the winning combination for glue and doily. I just basically want it to stick down, so I'm getting my edges here. That's my older son. Because I have a 26-year-old and a 21-year-old. They're sad that Gravity Falls is over. Like, they've watched all the episodes and there's no more. So, they may be adult in theory. In theory. But in reality, they're just big kids. And Nathan, I don't know what will happen with Nathan. It's kind of hard to find a job in a pandemic when you have a minimum of 3 autoimmune diseases. He has type 1 diabetes, Hashimoto thyroiditis. That's weird. There's a thing on my light. It's weirding me out. And the one that actually is the most dangerous, or the most rare, is his Addison's disease. We got very close to running out of hydrocortisone. I mean, the doctor would have made sure we got some, but we kind of went close with the, let's see, with the, I had this in a way I kind of liked it before. How was it? That works. I don't know. We'll just slap it on there. It's not a, it's not going to the MoMA. Because they don't get my art, I'm sure. I'm sure they'd be like, no, that's not art. Fine, MoMA. I don't care what you think. I'm calling it art if I want to. I'm making something out of raw, you know, other things. It's using my imagination. Just my imagination. Running away with me. You didn't know you'd get a concert too when you came to my channel, unless you've been here before. I do have some great subscribers that comment regularly, and I appreciate y'all so much. Comments do help our channel, so if you have people you enjoy watching, comment on their channel to help their channel. It's just a nice thing to do. It really is. It's really, really nice. Just saying. I know I like it. I'm still small enough of a channel that, you know, I mean, Gail, she still reads all her comments, but I get to read them, and I have time where I can also respond. Joke around with y'all in the comments. I don't know which straight on here. This is from like a free crossword puzzle book, and I think I have 2 or 3 of them, so I know I have like more I can cut out, which makes me happy. That makes me happy. I don't know, I'm just in a good mood today, aren't I? I don't know. Robin, Lori, Sherry, Donna, am I usually this animated? I don't know who else watches me. Oh, Stephanie. I don't want to forget anybody. Now I started mentioning names. I'm like, oh no, I'm going to forget somebody that watches me regularly and they're going to be so sad. Like, I matter that much to anybody, but that's okay. If I didn't say your name, say it for me. Say your name. I think I had that in another place before and I liked it better where it was. I don't know, but anyway. I'm okay. See, I didn't necessarily want them to be like one in the corner here, one in the corner here. I do like symmetry, don't get me wrong, but I also like to avoid symmetry sometimes too. Oh, I was going to put this on here. Maybe that will help. Let's see, I'll put it, I was going to put it over here, but now I'll put it here. And that, now we don't have orphans. That's Tara Jacobson, Artsy Fartsy Life. This would have been an orphan, but now it's touching the gem, so it's not orphan. Although it was touching the doily, so maybe it wasn't really an orphan. This is an orphan. But that's okay. It's a hot air balloon. They can be. Which means he could be too, but I don't know. Like these two are connected. These three are connected. These 5 are connected. And then we have an orphan. And they're all connected through the background, so it's not a big deal. It just depends on how I like the outcome. And I think I want a frame. And I think one of the words I forgot to put in my D, I'm saving these prompts in case I decide to do some more art pages like that, using those prompts that start with D. Because I kind of had fun with that. I thought that was fun. I'm looking for, excuse me, my Derwent pencils. My Inktense. Yes, I spent the money on Inktense just so I could get the bark. Well, I wanted to try them. What's this one? Bark. This is the one that, do I want that one? Ooh, I might want this one. This is Sea Blue. And we've got a lot of blue, but I think I want something darker. Let's see. Well, that's fairly dark. That's the bark, which is kind of a weird. We have, ooh, deep indigo. Do we have some purple in here? Some purpley. It doesn't, I wonder what it looks like when you get it wet. I don't have any water. I emptied my spray bottle into a thing, so I don't even have any water right now. We're back. I'm going to get some water. I'm going to pause you. I'm not going to make you wait. We interrupt this broadcast for a squirrel. Alright, so when I got up to get my water, I noticed my papers. So we had beets this week. And so I went ahead and took the beet juice and made some papers. This is on white cardstock. This is on like a parchment papery kind of cardstock. Or maybe not. I don't know what that is. This is definitely parchment paper one. You can kind of see the difference. Oh, it's white again. And then, let's see, I think that's gray. So I think this is on white copy paper, but they were the first ones I did too, so they're, see how the dark it got on the edges? I didn't screen it though, so there's little bits, but it smells like nothing, so it should be okay. And then these are, I did on gray, light gray copy paper, so they're not quite as, you know, they're a little bit more muted. And they were done after, so they're also lighter, I guess. So yeah, squirrel. That's the beet paper. We got the beet. We got the beet. You should have heard me during camp. Every year at camp, I get this cough. This horrible little, what's that one? Well, that one says night blue. Sort of kind of like that, but darker. I don't know. Or there's a squirrel again. Charcoal gray. Yeah, if you had to be in a cabin with me at camp, because all the windows were open because it was just summer camp. So, you know, if it rained, it was wet. It was damp in your cabin for days. Well, unless it got really sunny. And this was up in Maine. And we usually had like right after the last week. because my grandfather actually ran the camp for a week. Like he would borrow, they would let him use the camp for a ministry type thing. And that is the camp I went to, because my mom and dad would usually work too. Oh, I was going to see what these look like with water, wasn't I? Water would be nice. Okay. That one could work. That one could work too. Oh, my ice is done. Does anybody remember what these colors were? I think one of these is bark. That one's the bark. I think that one's the black or charcoal. We got some browns here and there. I don't know what the bark is. If it's the bark. Bye, sweetie. I love you. Have a good night at work. Be safe. So I'm just gonna I just kind of want to get a little bit of an outline on the edges here. So I'm just gonna go darker on the corners, maybe go a little bit lighter going up. See how that. I got a brush here that's just a little bit thicker. Probably would have been nice if I had locked that for him, huh? And I want to go off the sides with it a little bit too, I think. Maybe. I don't know. I don't use these much. I still need to play with some of these, but you know, I've seen people using the ink tents.
Yeah, my sugar was shooting up.
Did you take a shot before you ate? Did you finger?
It was like 1:15 or something, and I needed my lantus.
Oh, okay. Did you finger check too to make sure you're actually that high?
I had like 70 calories and my sugars were shooting up because I haven't had a shot.
Oh, so maybe get a shot. That's what you're supposed to do.
I forgot both my lantus and my heat.
You forgot your shots. Okay.
I was waiting for a bit so that my sugars would go up. But
this is what happens. You wait for a bit because you need your sugars to go up, and then you get distracted and you forget that you're waiting for your sugars to go, that you need to get your shot before your sugars go up too high.
Am I high a bunch? Oh yeah, I haven't had any of my shots.
That's life with type 1 diabetes, in case you're wondering. Oh, I must tune it out sometimes, because sometimes I don't even hear it go off. Well, that's pretty sad, until it's like the 4th or 5th time, and I'm like, hey dude, you need to get a correction. I don't know how I'm feeling about this now. I'm getting kind of, well, let's get some of the, oh, we didn't do anything across the bottom. Let's do just a little bit on the edge, way on the edge. Get a little bit of water going. Ink tents are expensive. Unless you know you're going to do a lot of stuff with watercolor, mixed media, and all that, you might not want to put $40 into, and I got them on sale, I think, into 24. So that means they'd probably be about $2. So if you just want the bark pencil, which if you watch, I think you can find just the bark pencil somewhere. And if you watch Martha Small Art, you know what I'm talking about. This bark pencil. This is what, when she's using bark, this is what it is. And it's just water soluble. These are ink tents, ink pencils, crayons, professional quality. So I guess they're basically, but they're also water soluble, obviously, since I put water on them and they do stuff when you put water on it. And you'll see like Martha do this, Maremy Small Art do this for shadowing and stuff like that. I'm afraid to put too much water on my brush is part of my problem. So now I'm kind of going all the way, I don't know if you can even see what I'm doing, but I'm trying to go in on the corners a little bit too. Like I might go back down here so that it's not like such a straight line. Let's see if we can do that here. I kind of got too much water there. That's all right. It's all going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And now it's not going to be so white, which is what we want, right? We want dirty, traveled. Oh, we never did put the clock, the watch. But that's all right. I think we've got enough. Maybe. I don't know. I'll put it on the bottom and see if that's what that means, but probably doesn't.
I should only go up to 300 though.
we should only go up to 300. Like, that's not, yeah, that's high though. We don't want you to go up to 300. All right, where's the pocket watch? In case we decide that that was necessary. Is there anything that I like thought about putting on here that I didn't, that you wish I had? And don't know. This was in the bathroom, so I was looking for it before I left here, and I was like, "Where's my water cup?" Oh, still in the bathroom. Seriously, I had the light bulb earlier. I also have this dogwood. I think that's what that is. So, like, if I did that, it would at least, yeah. No, I need some empty space. It doesn't all have to be, ding, white space. I don't think I need to find. I don't think I need the pocket watch, so I'll stop looking for it now. She says, as she is now just wondering what the heck happened to it. So here is my, oh, let me date it before I forget. My Enchanted Bingo collage page. And what were our prompts? Did I get them all? Lady, something hot, hot air balloons, doily, so that's 3, map, 4, and, oh man, something to do with them, no, window, 5, number 5, I did remember, yay, it is February 7th, where do I want to write that, somewhere where I can see it, 7, February 22. Let's see, let me give you a little bit of a closer look here. Now I won't be able to, unless I, no, that doesn't help. Here, let me do this, because I might, when I fix my thing, I might zoom in some, so that top part of the whole thing is going to be gone. So, there we go. There's the nice collage page. So I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for putting up with me. And, did I do my, where is it? And I'm going to try to do the 100-day challenge. And if I hadn't dropped, I don't know where they went. All right, well, if you watched the last the last video, I asked, name a flower you recognize by its shape. I know somebody said tulip. Rose is another answer. I think somebody said daisy. Somebody definitely said iris. So lily and sunflower were the other answers. And I'll try to also post those and pin it in the one where I asked that question. And I would ask another one today, but yeah, those have disappeared. My cards have disappeared. I'll find them. I'll ask them in another video. So now you know also why these longer videos are like every other week. Because Monday is errand day, and every other Monday my husband does food pantry. So he works from home, then he goes to the food pantry, and I've got do my errands in the morning while he's working. Then when he's gone to the food pantry, come home, and while he's handing out food, I make a video. Alright, y'all have a great day. Love you.